Hey everybody, welcome to Face to Face Friday. This is my third Facebook Live, so we'll see if I'm getting any better at this. I hope you all are prepared to have a fabulous weekend, and I hope you've had a great week as well. So today I want to talk about risk and resilience, two key elements in the quest for deep joy, in your own quest for deep joy. So at the moment we have a blue sky. It's fabulous and it looks great. It's been pouring rain off and on today, and it is fall, so it is time for me to be back in my favorite t-shirts, sweatshirts. Sorry. All right, so that's part of comfort, right? To get into the favorite comfy clothes, right? So anyway, all right, back to risk and resilience today. So in the quest for deep joy, risk and resilience are important because they are part of how you move forward, how you make the most of yourself in your great future, whatever you want that future to be. And that's obviously present day plus what happens tomorrow and the days after that. So the great thing is, if we can build resilience, we then can take more risk because we have the confidence that we'll be able to bounce back. Things won't end up as bad as we uh, thought they might when we thought about it in the future as a future item. So they won't be as bad as we think. Plus, we know how we can learn from it and come back. And this is how the journey of our life goes forward. If we're scared and nervous, and we hide in the back bedroom and we never come out and we never try, we're never going to make great progress. And there is greatness within each of us, and that greatness demands that we move forward and deliver our own unique value into the world. And so it takes risk taking to actually make that happen. But in order to feel safe to take those risks, we want to build resilience in ourselves. So, what's resilience, right? So, we've got physical resilience. So, for example, I know that I'm not going to do downhill skiing anymore in my life. I started too late. I didn't learn well enough. My knees will never recover. I have no resilience in my body for the falls and the failures of my ability to do downhill skiing. However, there are some physical tasks which I'm quite capable of and which I can become more resilient so that I can do more of them. So longer walks, perhaps more strenuous walks, strengthening my thighs so that my knees can be stronger so I can take more aggressive hikes in these beautiful mountains of northern Portugal. So that's the physical side. Also in our heart, in our heart and our loving kindness, that's often a place where risk has sometimes hurt us badly. But again, if we can practice a few um exercises for resilience, we can then take more risks even in the way we love. Uh, Same thing in our work or professional life. If we have the resilience to know we know how to learn and to survive and do it in a safe way, then we know that we can take bigger risks and we can grow and move forward. So the image that I posted just a moment ago is really about the willow tree. So we want to learn to be more like the willow tree and a little, honestly, less like the oak tree. Oak trees are great. They're super and they're strong, but they don't bend in the wind. So if you live a life in the hurricane zone, and I don't mean physically, right? I mean metaphorically. If you live a life in the hurricane zone, then you want to learn to be more like the willow tree so that you bend and you flex. I like to use the phrase flex and flow. When life brings you chaos and hurricanes, learn to flex and flow. So that's a bit about fluidity, a bit about not taking the pains too deeply, a bit about learning and growing from what's happened. Um, I read one other quote this morning about we want risk and resilience to help us change and grow, but not to make us shrink or reduce. We want to be out there in front of the world to bring our best self and to deliver our value. So let's talk about a couple of exercises that you could try, either on your own, with a friend, with a coach, whatever. One of them is looking backward to your past. So look back to a time or a moment when you thought there was a failure. Whenever you tell your story to friends and family, it's a story about failure. So let's see if you could perhaps rewrite that story. What did you learn from it? How did you grow after it? Um, what was not perhaps as bad? Uh, what do you perceive not as bad today as you did in the moments after that failure happened, right away after that failure? Um, so one is about rewriting your past. That's the first exercise. Rewrite it in a way that it is an empowering story. Imagine you're writing it as a great movie, right? How would that tragic event be rewritten to have a lessons learned at the end for others? Or how did you learn your new lesson from this great tragedy or failure that maybe wasn't quite as much of a failure as you thought? The second one is to look for ideas where you can try a new activity, right? So now you're going to practice something new. Where are you going to come out of your comfort zone just a bit, in a safe space, right? This is a process of baby steps. So if you tend to be fairly timid and risk averse, don't go jump off a mountain, right? Let's start with some small steps. And be sure you have a friend, be sure you have a backup plan, be sure you have a space which has a safe environment for failure. So, again, this is not about the failure, but it's about really stretching your heart and soul to try something new, because that exercise in itself creates stronger resilience. And it's the resilience that we're trying to grow. Because every time you grow the resilience, you'll be able and ready to take a little bit bigger of a risk the next time. The thing to remember, of course, is in life, failures will always happen. If they're not happening, you're probably not trying hard enough, right? My dad used to say, if you don't scratch your knees, you weren't having any fun on your bicycle. So we want to get out there. We want to ride the bicycle. We want to see what happens in life. We want to go find new adventures. But there is a strong possibility you're going to fall off the bike once or twice. You want to stand up and learn how to ride again. Myself, last time I was on a bike, completely shattered my elbow. 5 years later, I stuck a tattoo over the top of it, and now it's a lovely flower. Um, I haven't really had an opportunity to be on a bike again. We'll see about that in the future. Some of that is knowing my own physical limitations, and the bones break easily. So that's probably not a safe space for me to fail in anymore. All right, and then smart failures. So this kind of goes with the prior one, but what we're looking for is um, setting yourself up to take a risk where there is a high probability of failure. But again, you're looking for a space which is reasonably safe, right? We don't want anyone to die in this sort of exercise. We just want to stretch your wings a bit, to see you fly. The important third activity is really the post activity analysis. There's similar kinds of things they do in the military when they're done with a military exercise. They all come back together and they have a very structured way that they go back through what happened on the event, what worked, what didn't work, what should be modified for the next time, what did we learn, how do we write better instructions for a team that's going to perform something similar? How do we write better instructions for them to do it the next time? So this is, again, it's an activity that sort of it's similar to rewriting your story in the past, but in this case, you're planning to do the analysis of the event as soon as it's complete, and to really be objective about it, right? Not to be highly emotional about it. You want to look for what worked, what didn't work, what went well, what didn't go well. It's sort of a personal retrospective of your risk activity. Again, to be fact based and to build your resilience to take that risk the next time, to take something similar. This is kind of very much related to the growth mindset. If you've read anything about the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset, you might hear some similar things here. So that is the end of my message for today. Um, I have not yet learned how to see if you guys are online with me. So if you're here and I missed you, I will read the comments afterwards. Um, I know that I'm a little bit early for the folks in the US. So that's, I suppose, a little bit of a safe space for me still to know that I don't have to worry about too much visual noise while I'm actually trying to focus on what to tell you. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. Um, I did this week upload some new photographs to my website. Those were an immensely fun outing with a photographer here at a local ancient monastery. And he took some fun photos of myself for the website, but also of Roger and I. So I'll find a place to post those as well. Again, I hope you all have a great week. Let me know if you would like to have a 30-minute or 60-minute strategy call with me to talk about any of the topics here on this video or the ones from the prior weeks or anything I've written on the website or on my Facebook post or on LinkedIn because I have new articles on LinkedIn as well. So I wish you all the best. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.